Welcome back, everyone. Recent studies have shown that low levels of vitamin D in your system can lead to a really high-risk case, a severe case of COVID-19 if you catch it. But there are all kinds of benefits for having a high level of vitamin D, and the easiest way to get it is just to go outside and get some sun. So let's talk to a doctor more about this. Joining us is chiropractic physician, Dr. Michael Evangel. Good morning to you, and I'm glad you're here. You know, this time of year, we're all talking about the dangers of sun a lot of the times, but you want to talk about the benefits of it. It's pretty good for us, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And thanks, Melissa, for having me on. One thing I have to make sure everybody understands, as soon as you start getting the slightest color pink of your skin, you start doing damage to your skin, as well as the vitamin D production plummets at that point. So you have to make sure to get your sunlight in moderation and slightly increase the number of minutes. You don't want to overdo it too fast, because too much of a good thing is not necessarily a good thing.
And to really make us realize how it is a good thing is a lot of times people are actually depressed in certain seasons when they don't get as much sunlight, right? And so we can tell from that easy way that it really can benefit you.
That's correct. As seasonal affective disorder occurs a lot of times during the winter. It used to be called the winter blues or cabin fever by some people. And it's really a lack of vitamin D, but the sun has so many more beneficial impacts on the body besides just vitamin D. It increases nitric oxide production, which helps with the heart and blood flow. It increases endorphins, which are the feel-good hormones of the body. And the infrared, which is not the part that produces the vitamin D, but it increases the healing powers of the body and gets our mitochondria, which are the powerhouse of the cell, to operate more efficiently. So many benefits, including vitamin D, which impacts over 10% of the human genetic makeup directly and can actually turn off or turn on 291 different genes that have been identified to date.
Wow. And it looks like it can help fight off viruses and different types of bacteria, which is huge for us right now. Now, let's talk about the opposite side of the spectrum. If you have a vitamin D deficiency, all kinds of diseases tied to that.
Absolutely. Now, vitamin D deficiency is considered under 30 on your vitamin D test, but I like to see my patients more around 80 to 100, which is far above what's considered to be the minimum. 30 is the minimum. But when you're up there, even injury repair, fighting off a lot of diseases, neurological conditions, there's so many benefits, including, of course, the bolstered immunity against bacteria and viruses. And even though, a lot of people are advocating getting vaccines, the body's natural immune system can handle any variant if it is, up to speed. And vitamin D, zinc, quercetin, which is what's called the zinc ionophore, gets the zinc into the cell. There's a lot of other supplements like selenium. They're all very important, as well as getting your sleep. That's essential.
Well, I tell you what, you've definitely convinced me of its importance. What's the best way to consume vitamin D? Do we need to get it from the sun, or fruits and vegetables, or what are other ways besides popping a pill?
Well, we don't need to get it from the sun, but a lot of foods don't really have enough vitamin D to make your levels high enough. So supplementation of vitamin D is important. I myself take 10,000 units a day. But then also vitamin K2 is important to take with the D. If you're taking it orally, you have to get that if you're getting it from the sun. But K2 actually gets the calcium to the blood, into the bones and where it belongs to the teeth, and not to the soft tissues and the arteries. But you have to consult your doctor, because vitamin K2 also is a blood thinner. So if you're on Coumadin or anything like that, you have to be careful before you start taking it.
All right. Well, Dr. Evangel, it's very important and possibly life-saving information for us. So thank you for sharing that with us today.
Thank you, Melissa, for having me on.